what's your sprint cycle?
Yeah, it all depends on the project size also. If we are getting the enhancement or change request, so a cycle is 1 month long.
Your sprint is 1 month long?
If we are enhancement, if we are working on the enhancement, some small enhancement or some enhancement thing has come, then it is a 1 month. Otherwise, we are having a 6 month of cycle. It is.
Okay. And how many team members are there?
So in my current project, 8 members are there. We two are the senior. There are other four are the like junior developers. Two are the testers.
So can you tell me how you are handling authentication and authorization part in the web services?
So like in the Spring Boot, we are having already available Spring Boot start security template is there, that I will include in my pom.xml file, and like with the help of that we will be getting the supported jar files. Spring security jar files are there. Then I'm writing one security config class, and where I am extending the web security adapter class that is already provided in the Spring API. With that, we are having a configuration method is there, where I can give the different roles. Like if you are having an admin role, I'm having a user role. So with that, admin will be having a different credential, user will be having a different credential. Likewise, we can profile the authentication there. How will I test it? In the Postman, we are giving the basic authentication, and then we are giving the username and password. We will get it authorized. Then we are calling this JSON web token, and in the JSON web token, what it will do, it will be having my header information, my payload information. In the payload, we can give the profiling information, first name, last name, address information, date of birth, all this we will be passing it. And with the help of a header and payload, there will be the third parameter, authentication. It will get like there will be the three parameters will be there in the JSON web token. So that way we are authorizing our authenticating our web service.
So from there you are getting the JSON web token?
JSON web token, see, we are invoking a service. So like we are using the bearer token, right? So bearer token, that is a authorization token, we will be getting it with the help.
Where are you getting that token?
Actually, sometimes we are invoking a service also for authorization. We are having one authorization service is there. So there we are calling in our project.
So have you heard of OAuth?
Oath I heard about, but I did not get the chance to work on the oath. So I have to look into this.
Okay, you're not aware of OAuth. Okay. So suppose I have basically I have a list of employee objects, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So basically my requirement is I have employee basically employees in database, right? I am trying to build up a cache. Okay. And so I get all the employees, and I'm trying to put all the employees in a HashMap.
Okay.
When my application is loading. So can I use the employee object as a key as well for the HashMap? And my employee object consists of, say, first name, last name, age, and salary.
So answering to your question, yes, we can use the employee object as a key. So but what we need to do, if in the map we can have a like redundant value also. Maybe we are keep on we may get multiple records for the same employee. So we will be overriding equals and hash code method. So what equals and hash code method will do, it will if in case I have given my employee E1 and my information and my employee ID and my age and salary. I again created the employee E2 and I have given my name, age, salary and ID. So ideally it should consider as a one attribute, one entity only, right? So in that case we need to override the equals and hash code method to check the given object is should be considered as same. So that way we can, of course we can map accept the object, and object key should be the object, value should also be the object. So we can give employee as a key attribute.
So, you said we will override the hash code and equals method, right? So, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So you said, right, we will override hash code and equals method,
Equals,
right?
equals, yeah.
Only equals or hash code also?
Both we have to override it. Equals and hash code both.
Yeah. So can you tell me or can you tell me how basically how you write the hash code or equals method? What are my as you know, right? My employee object is first name, last name, and agent salary.
Okay. So see, do I need to write it, or just I need to explain it?
Just explain.
So see what it will do, hash code method based on the attribute like ID, salary, name, and the third parameter age is there, no? So based on that,
I have first name, last name, age, and salary.
Okay, first name, last name, age, and salary. So what it will do, based on the attribute we have given, it will calculate the hash code. Like that will be the unique integer number would be there. So if we are keep on passing the same information again and again, it should generate the same hash code number. So they with the help of attributes, it will be creating a new hash code function. That's why I am saying, anyway we are having a equals and hash code in the object class, but for specifically for the employee it should not be redundant. We need to override it according to the given class, employee class. So it will recalculate the hash code function, and we will getting the unique hash code number. Why do we need the equals method? Because if in case two objects are producing the same hash code, but it is different, the values we will be calculating with the current object and the given object, we will be comparing to that, and we will be checking. So equals method, if two objects are having a same hash code, equals should also return the true. Equals is a boolean method it is, so it should also be producing the true result, or vice versa. If two objects are same, so hash code should also be same.
Yeah, that's it. So suppose, is there any? So if I am using any custom object as a key, right, for HashMap, so is there any, apart from hash code or equals method, is there any other limitation or is there any other guideline which I have to follow? Or what are the best practices for using a custom object as a key for HashMap?
One I know is we need to override the equals and hash code method, and we will be writing a constructor. One parameterized constructor would be there. Two string method also, but I know this equals and hash code.
What is the property of a key in HashMap, right? If I have to use something as a key.
Okay, so key is basically, it should be the unique value should be there. It should always, if I am adding something, it should be the unique value should be there in the key. So that is basically a key attribute had come into the picture. And in the hash map we are having a inner class, that is the enter set class is there. So it inner class is further having a properties like it will be having a hash code function, it will be having a unique key, final key would be there, value would be there, next node would be there. So we are internally calling that enter set class.
Okay.
Yeah.
So suppose I'm serializing my employee object, right? And while serializing, I don't want the salary field to be serialized, right? So how can we achieve that?
So we can use the transient variable for not serializing. Transient keyword is there in the Java library. We can use that.
Okay. So can you tell me what's the difference between this synchronized and concurrent hash map?
Synchronized and concurrent. So see, basically both are for achieving the concurrency. We for the multi-threading environment, we should go for the either synchronized or either concurrent. What synchronized will do, if I am performing on a map, I apply a synchronize, so it will log the entire map. So if my once my thread is completely working on that hash map, other thread has to be wait till that time. But then the concurrent hash map had come into the picture, and the concurrent hash map, it will divide into the segment map. Our map will get divided into the segment, and defaulted we will be having a 16 segment will be there. So if in case one thread is working on a one particular segment, other thread can work on the other segments. And if the lock will be happen on the write operation, when one thread is performing some write operation, there will be the lock on the particular segment, so other thread should not interrupt in between. But for the read operation, two threads can perform the read operation. So that is why concurrent hash map is for the fast performance, I will say we should go for the concurrent hash map for multi-threading application.
Okay. And tell me, what's the difference between this sleep and wait method?
Sleep and wait method. So wait method is a this object class method, it is there, and sleep method is a thread class method, it is there. So wait method will hold the execution and when till the other thread is performing, and sleep method will pause the execution for this given interval of time.
Can you please come back on the sleep one?
Sleep method is a thread class method, it is there. We will give the time for that, like for this particular time I wanted to stop the execution or pause the execution for this much of interval. So that time I will go for the sleep method.
Okay. Suppose just one second. Sorry. So suppose you're writing in a code, right, where you have 5 threads, right?
Sorry.
And suppose you're writing some logic, right, where there are 5. You're writing some logic where you have to create threads, right? There are 5 threads, suppose, and you want your a specific thread to wait, basically to be the last thread, right?
Okay.
So how can we achieve that?
So actually I worked on this one, so my thread should be the last one, right? So I think I can go for the executor framework in that case, but I forgot the method name, but yes, we can
see how can you achieve this using executor framework? Can you tell me what,
so we have a multiple threads are there, right? So we will be creating a thread pool. I will be having a thread pool created with the help of a executor framework. So there multiple threads will work on the different pool. They will be having a different memory allocated for their own pool. So there we can create the multiple threads using the executor framework. If it, just to for an example, if I have 100 threads, so I cannot keep on creating the 100 thread objects. So with the help of a executor framework, we can create the multiple threads with the help of executor.
See, my requirement is simple, right? You are writing a logic where you are creating 5 threads, right?
Okay.
Okay. Out of the 5 threads, we need one specific thread to be the last one, right? And so that like, say suppose you have 5 threads, say A, B, C, D, and E, right? Now I want thread D to be the last thread, right? To be the last to complete. So how can we achieve this scenario?
I think exactly.
And if you can explain me how can we achieve this using executor, I'm okay.
So I think thread class join method can be used it in this one. We can do the join method and we can perform the operation on this exactly not sure, but I think if I think more on this one, I think join method I can use it to perform the like last thread
And
option.
what about executor framework? You said like you can achieve
Uh,
something.
so executor framework, not sure, because we are very sure that we have a 5 threads only, so I think I can go for the thread one only. And with the there is also like we can give the delay till there is one, I forgot the name of the method, but I can give that once these many threads are done, then this executor, this thread should be started. Actually I recently did it, but I forgot it, the specific method we can call it in the executor
So
framework also.
can you tell me like like why do we need this executor? Like is this executor framework, is it better than the existing thread creation way, or?
So if in case I am not sure that how many number of threads I need to start, so I like, so in that with the help of a executor framework, if I wanted to perform a multiple task, multiple operation, I wanted to start, like I wanted to start the notepad also, word also, this player also, so there will be the multiple threads will be run in the background. So I am not sure how many threads would be running. So with the help of a executor framework, we can like customized it, we can give these many threads are, we can pass the argument, we can give it need to start these many threads. So there we can use the executor framework, because with the thread creation we don't have any argument where I can pass, I need to create the 9 threads, 10 threads, so it will be difficult. With the help of this framework, it is easy to create a number of threads.
Okay. So suppose like in case of my the list of employee objects, right? I want to sort the list based on age and salary, right? So how can we do that, right?
So age and salary.
Yeah.
So we can write a comparator like we already have a comparable and comparator interfaces there. So comparable is java.lang, comparator is java.util package. So with the help of that, we can like customize our sorting techniques, and we can give that name and salary or age, and we can write a different comparator there, and we can optimize it. With the help of a Java 8 also, like I will be using the stream API, and like if I have a array list, I'll pass that array list into the stream, I'll perform the filter operation, and in the filter I have to give my predicate, like I'll be having a employee object. So with that also we can like do that, or there is a sorted method is also there in the stream API.
So in case of stream API, can you tell me? Can you give me an example of a terminal operation?
Terminal operation.
Yeah.
Terminal I did means I don't know. Terminal maybe I think so if my one, not sure, but maybe because what I can understand from the terminology, I can tell it. If I am checking one condition, if it is true, then fine. If it is false, we can check for the other also. So it will be the terminal, but I am exactly not sure, so won't be able to commit anything.
Okay. So okay. Suppose you have to write a method, right? And the requirement is you're writing a method to basically calculate some salary or something, right? And that method should accept an argument which is of type, which is of either an object of employee class or a subclass of employee, right?
Okay.
So the method has one argument, and that argument should be either a object of employee class or a subclass of employee, right? So how can we achieve that? Like, can you give me the syntax, like
Do we need to write in Java 8 or where?
whatever, right? You can.
So employee is there. Employee class, ID, name, last name, first name, this all will be there. You are saying salary will be the subclass, or
No, see, my requirement is I'm writing a method, right? And the only requirement is that method will accept one argument.
okay,
right? And
okay.
that argument type, that argument should be an object of employee or a subclass of employee.
It should be object of an employee.
Or a subclass of or an object of a subclass of employee. See, the method should accept an argument which is either employee of type employee or of a subclass of employee.
Okay, 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 got it.
So how can you basically write this method? Like I need the syntax.
So we need to calculate the salary, right?
I just need the syntax, right? The method signature. No business logic, right? You got my requirement.
Yeah, I got it. Like if you are saying I have an employee object, I will be.
You have to write a method which will take one argument.
Okay,
right?
okay, yeah.
And the requirement is that argument should be either of type employee or a subclass of employee. Right? So how can you write that method? I need that method signature.
Okay. I got your requirement. I mean, basically, the method should be of type. It should either accept employee or subclass. Subclass, we can say maybe contract employee, or that we can say.
Yeah.
So there will be some type in inference or some is already there. So that will so we will I got it. We will pass that as a at the compilation, or we will get to know that it is a employee class or it is a contractor class, which class it is there. We will pass that into the function that is Java 8 functions. We can use it, and we can pass it as a input, and function what it accept, it will accept as a input, as a one input, and the return will be of our choice. Like we can give it as a return also as a employee.
I don't want to achieve this. Like you said that you will use that instance of method, right?
Instance of method, yeah.
So I'm not going there that way, right? I don't want to do it in the code, right? I need a compilation error, and the method. If you pass any other object, right, the method should give a compilation error, right? Not a runtime error. I need a compilation error, right? If I'm writing a method, right, which accepts an integer, and if I'm trying to pass a character or string to that, you will get a compilation error, right?
Yes, sir.
So my method will return me a compilation error similar to this, right?
Actually, I got the requirement, but I am thinking about it. So let me rephrase it. Like the requirement is like either employee or subclass is contract employee should be the argument.
Correct.
And we wanted to calculate the salary, and we want.
No, I'm not going in the business logic, right? See, my requirement is simple, right? I'm writing a method which is accepting one argument, and the argument should be either an object of employee or an object of some subclass of employee, right? I'm not going into what I'm doing in the method, right? And if I'm passing something else, instead of employee, I'm passing something else, I should get a compilation error, right? So how I will design the method signature? Like I need the method signature, right? How can we achieve this?
So I'll check on this one, but I think we can achieve it, but I will check on this one. Means of course typecasting would be there for this one, but I will not comment anything. I'll check on this.
Okay, no issues. So what are design patterns you have used?
Singleton design pattern, factory design pattern, these are we worked on.
Apart from this, any other design patterns you have worked on?
These two are majorly we worked.
Can you give me an example where I can use an abstract factory design pattern?
Abstract factory, I think so in Spring Boot application also, not Spring Boot, Spring also we are using the factory design pattern. So there we can use it, or abstract factory.
I need an example where I can use an abstract.
You wanted to know the real-time example, right? Where
either real time or any, right? You can give me any example.
I think Spring only is the example which I know, but of course we would
So,
be.
See, I'm not looking for a real time also, right? You can give me, you can design something, right? If you want, right? But how can you use, if you want to use abstract factory design pattern, right? How will you use it in your application?
So like see, I have a bank would be there, and like bank provides different loans. So no doubt a factory is something related to interfaces only, and I can customize assuming my bank is giving the loan to personal loan and like education loan. So if in future I wanted to like expand more to the like housing loan and also, so that type, like we will define the template of my interface, and I will be having a factory method, and I will be like based on the parameter detail we will be having a different structure called. So
but that will be an example of factory design pattern, right?
abstract factory, so I will say bank is there. We are having a HDFC, ICICI, different like banks are there. So these are the like using the parent interface, that is a bank one. So there we can go for the abstract factory. This could be the one.
Okay. Sorry.
No problem.
So can you tell me what is this dispatcher servlet?
So dispatcher servlet is earlier it is a web.xml where my information would be there, and this dispatcher servlets we will be having all the detail of our application context and all. So that is a dispatcher servlet basically would be there. For web application we are having a web.xml. Hello Neeraj.
Sorry. Can you please come again?
Yeah, so like dispatcher servlet is nothing but a web.xml. We call it as a dispatcher servlet, and we will be having for the Spring API we will be having a dispatcher servlet like class is there. I can configure my explicitly the servlet name, maybe spring-servlet.xml. These are we used to call it, that is a dispatcher servlet.
So which design pattern this dispatcher servlet follows?
Dispatcher servlet, not sure, I don't know.
Okay. So can you tell me like how a servlet handles multiple requests simultaneously?
So servlet, the normal servlet, or in the Spring we are talking about?
Normal servlet, or
So
what's the difference between normal servlet or servlet?
So servlet like we used to it been a very long time we used to write it servlet in Java, but now we are working on.
So before going that way, right? So can you tell me what is the difference between a normal servlet and a dispatcher servlet?
So normal servlet we used to write into the Java one, and with the dispatcher servlet it is basically it is a API available. With the help of that dispatcher servlet we are configuring our application
Correct.
context.
So that API is given by Spring, right?
Spring,
So this
yes, yes.
dispatcher servlet, is it a servlet or a normal class or a bean, just like any other bean?
It is a servlet only.
Okay. So then what's the difference between the two servlet? Normal servlet and dispatcher servlet?
So normal servlet, we actually, it's been a very long time. I did not explore this servlet technology, but yes, with the help of this servlet, we are having a multiple servlet. Generic servlets are there. HTTP servlet, we used to extend it, and we used to write do, get, do, post. These were.
Let's go back to my previous question, right? So suppose you have a servlet, right? So
basically, it is for dispatching a request. We use the servlets. So
suppose you're writing a servlet, right? So I'm not going to dispatch a servlet or anything, right? You're writing a servlet. My question is, if there are multiple requests coming to that servlet, right? How that servlet will handle all the requests simultaneously, right? Suppose 5 requests are coming, right? So how the servlet will handle all the 5 requests simultaneously, or will it handle it sequentially?
The traditional, I think we used to have a like one request at a time, that way. So we will be having a HTTP servlet request. We will be having a one request at a time.
So HTTP servlet will handle only one request at a time. So do you think that
no, it should not be, because otherwise it will be a complete hold. It will be handled parallelly, like one request.
That's why
yes.
My question, right?
Yeah,
how they are handled parallel?
That I need to check on this one. Multiple request, how servlet is handling it.
Okay. So can you tell me about bean life cycle in case of Spring?
So in the bean, like we will be having a init method, and we are initializing the bean. Then we are having a service method is there, and post, like it all depends on the post construct, and that we are like performing the destruction of a bean. So that way we are bean aware interface and all we are calling it. So that is a life cycle.
When will the bean will get destroyed? Suppose you are calling a bean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when will that bean will get destroyed?
We will call the bean destroy method is also there once there is no object reference for that bean. And we are so that time it will get destroyed, and so that time it will be there. And like if we, it all depends on the scope of the bean also. If we are using the singleton bean, so it will be like that is a static would be there, so it will be remain in the memory till the request till the application is running. So that way also we will be
okay. So suppose I have a bean A, right? Which is a prototype, right?
okay.
And I have inner bean B. So bean A has a inner bean B, and the scope of bean B is singleton.
Okay, bean A is a singleton
prototype.
Prototype.
Bean A is prototype, and bean A has the inner bean B, which is singleton, right? So now I'm calling bean A twice. So how many objects of A and B will get created?
So singleton will be having a one object only, but I wanted to understand. So bean A is having a prototype, and bean 2, which is a inner class, it is having a singleton scope, right?
Correct.
Okay. So singleton will be having a one instance only, and prototype, once we will get the request, we will be having a new instance. It should be happen.
So you're saying if I call bean A
but
twice,
ideally it should not be the case, because it will throw the exception, or maybe we will get the like error, because see, singleton should be like the child bean is, inner bean is having a singleton scope, and parent is having a prototype, so it should not happen actually.
Okay. So suppose you are writing a new service, right? So on which basis you will decide the which HTTP method or which method where you are going to use basically, or HTTP verb you are going to use for
Okay.
that service.
So basically, see, for the it all depends ki what all information we are passing with the URL. So if in case I wanted to create some enrollment and I don't want to display to the user the parameter information, I'll go for the post one. If in case I'm getting something from the invoking something, I'll use the get method. So it all depends on my use case. If as I have creating something enrollment information, I was going for the post method.
So can you tell me out of post and put, which one is idempotent?
That I post
And put.
I think put method, but I am not sure.
Can you tell me what is this idempotency, or what do you understand by idempotency?
I am not sure. I will check on this one. Idempotent. It is really recently I came to know, but I did not explore this one.
Okay. So have you heard of memory leak in an application?
Yes, memory leak also happens, but with the Java garbage collector and all, we are handling it. It is not frequently scenario.
So you're saying that with Java garbage collector, the memory leak never happens?
It happens, but because this garbage collector and all, whenever the like object is not referring to any memory, or it is null, it is not in use, so system dot garbage collector will run and it will remove that particular object from the memory. But yes, so this will happen.
Okay. So can you give me a scenario where when suppose you are writing a application, right? You are writing some code.
Mm-hmm.
So how can basically a memory leak can be introduced?
Can you please come again? Like
So
we
if you're writing
wanted to
some
write,
code, right?
we wanted to know how the memory leak is happening, right?
Correct. Yeah. How or if some developer is writing some code, right?
Okay.
And so how can you identify whether it will end up in a memory leak?
Not sure. No idea. I will. Memory
No,
things.
but you know, right, what is a memory leak and how it
Yes,
happens,
yes.
right?
Memory leak. I
So,
got it. Like in the
so
like.
I'm just looking for the best practices if you're writing some code, right? What are the
Yeah,
best
yeah.
practices
So
to avoid?
I think if I am writing it to any method or anything, so I will be calling like I am writing a connection class. I am invoking a connection, keep on invoking the connection. And if in case I am done with my all the database operation, so I should be taking care that the connection object should be closed. It should, because we are keep on opening the connection, we are using it. So I'll be using the finally method for closing the connection, so there I can take care of the it should not be unnecessary data object should be created, so that
So this
way.
connection you are saying this is a DB connection or something else?
Yeah, DB connection only, database
So this
connection,
if
or
you're not
maybe
closing,
like file file also, if we are performing some file operation also, so we should be like we should use the file dot close. So once we are done with all that file operation, we should be using it. We should explicitly call that if though we are closing it, but we should call that finally dot fine in the try catch block, we should call that finally block, and we should close the all the open connection for the
so
file operation.
you said if you are not closing the connection, right? So if someone is not closing the connection, will it introduce a memory leak or a connection leak?
It will be the connection leak, but if in case I am like creating a new connection again, So see, database operation is anyway the heavy transactions are there. So it will be the new connection will get open into the memory, and then after some time it will be the out of memory error can come due to this keep on opening the connection.
So okay, so if I'm opening connections, lot of connections and not closing the connection, I'll get a memory leak and not a connection leak. So your database supports that many connections? Normally we have a limited number of connections, right?
Yes, it will be the connection leak, it would be, it will not be the memory leak.
But you said it will be a memory leak, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, how many connections like I have to open to get the memory leak?
How many connection I have to open to get the memory leak? Hello?
Yeah.
Um not sure. How many connection, that I am not sure.
So okay, that's fine.
How many?
So okay, so have you worked on database side as well?
So we are having a different team there in database, but yes, I can write the database queries also. We are currently, because for checking our development also we are writing it, and we are.
So have you used NoSQL database as well or not?
No, we are using Oracle. No, NoSQL we are not.
So you have not worked on NoSQL?
No, that I am not.
Can you tell me what is a left outer join?
Left outer join, if I am like performing some operation where I wanted to get some information from two tables. So there is a employee table, there is a department table, and I wanted to perform some operation from the employee table, like I have a foreign key in the department ID is there in the employee table. So I'll be using the left outer join for getting the details from based on the department ID. I wanted to get the employee ID, so that there we will be using the left outer join.
So suppose you have table A and table B, right? And you are using left outer join. So what from which table you will get all the records?
So from the department table I'll be getting it as the from the department table I'll be getting the I pass the department ID, and I wanted to know for which like what all employees are there, so I wanted to get the IDs, name of the employee, so then I will be using the left outer join.
Okay, I am done with my set of questions. Is there anything you want to ask?
I don't have anything. Thank you so much for calling. It was really nice talking to you. Have a nice day.
Thanks for your time. I'll share my feedback and the team will get